message today to the Bloods, the Crips, to every criminal gang preying on the innocent is clear. We mean to put you out of business, to break the backs of your organization, to stop you from terrorizing our neighborhoods and our children, to put you away for a very long time.
All this was breaking up the community, segregation, divide and control us. Either we going to jail. They came in with the Clinton and the president, vice president, and the president came in with the laws to lock us up.
No matter what anyone said about the Crips, they made history. They were the first black organization designed, promoted, and organized to kill other black people.
Either Crip or die.
Anyone who acts with aggression, who assaults in an abusive way to harm one of my homeboys, will be dealt with.
That little situation that happened to Centennial, it was with some major players at that time.
Death.
If you come over here and you be disrespectful,
agony, emptiness from my gut.
And you gotta be dealt with, and that's just the way it was.
Maintaining the bond, the trust, the loyalty of my hood.
Motherfuckers didn't believe. Had to make them believe.
Honor comes from long-standing trust.
Person from Power Retreat to get into it, we all got into it.
Maintaining that bond, being dependable, having heart, never been from that.
They have evolved much the way that organized crime did, the mafia.
Whatever we had to do, we did. But if you backed us in that corner, believe me, we came out on top.
There was an invisible hand that was behind the success of the Crips.
But we all got together at Enterprise and said, look, tomorrow we're going on campus and we're going through every classroom and we're kicking everybody's ass.
Camaraderie, it's a fragile, sensitive, unique fiber which allows those that share camaraderie to give from their gut.
Hundreds of young men not claiming power rule.
Power is the rule. Power is the rule.
I got your back, have my back. That's how it was.
Trust in each other, support one another. Where one goes, the other goes. We don't leave one to be abused, to be kicked down. If you gotta kick us down, you gotta kick us all.
We're gonna knock out every Crip we see.
Assault comes about as a result of a loss. One of mine who walked the walk, who committed themselves and made the sacrifice with their life.
Hager was a nice guy, but again, he lived on our side.
Enough is enough.
Payback.
Not just Pyro, I'm speaking of the whole neighborhood.
That's just how we roll.
Fuck the Crips.
Crips don't die, they multiply.
Respect is something we share, something we eat, sleep, talk, and die.
And we fighting and we kicking their ass.
It was falling like flies back then.
Anybody that violates the rules, the policy, the bonding that we share, anybody that violates that,
Now it's on.
you are the enemy.
If they didn't turn Crips, they was our rivals.
Pyru is a word.
Powerful, indestructible, revengeful, united.
Seeps from every fiber of my body.
Out there, when you walked out the door, you had to start swinging.
It was Naughty, it was Jerome, it was Sugar Man, you know.
Well, to tell the truth, the Pyros had some real characters. They had some folk that wasn't no joke.
They know the whole hood was on top of them, chasing them out of camp.
Every one of us within this geographical locale, we share a brotherhood that can't be broke.
Yeah, the unity we had, the bond that we had. You don't see that in Compton on a lot of streets. That street, Piru Street, was known for us sticking together.
That brotherhood that I'm talking about, respect comes along with that very topic.
That blood that was in us way back then, even though we didn't identify ourselves as blood, but that blood was in us even back then.
We were the first bloods.
So you have the government involved, you have the mafia involved, you have a prominent church involved.
These young black men growing up in the late 60s and early 70s had seen all their hopes destroyed.
I have a dream.
They'd seen JFK murdered, Bobby Kennedy murdered, Malcolm X murdered, Medgar Evers murdered. They'd seen Martin Luther King murdered.
Martin Luther King was killed in '68. Raymond Washington started the Crips in 1969.
So they did learn one thing, that America solves its problems with a bullet.
To be able to hurt somebody, take a person's life, you know what I'm saying, that gives certain people a sense of power.
Fuck LA, Compton is ours.
What crawls out of a pit of hopelessness? Nothing but a monster of despair.
We all went our separate ways, but the war was on and was never going to stop.
A generation later, reasonable estimates indicate that there are now more than 500,000 gang members in more than 16,000 gangs on the streets of our city.
Something wicked this way comes.
Crips, cuz! These niggas in Compton, we can't give a pass to because we don't know them. So when they come at us, we gonna pop them.
All this to assure the demise of the Black Panther Party.